Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I have to be a little bit quiet because my 8-year-old is still asleep. But if I wake him up, I know what he's gonna want. Today's Friday, so I will hear those little feet in no time because he wants McDonald's. It's on a Friday, and he wants some kind of a biscuit for breakfast. So if I do wake him up, that's the first thing that's gonna happen. Okay, let me show you this. First, we've had pullback area for XRP, and a lot of things are kind of pulling back right now. But this is kind of to be expected stuff. I wanted to show you a couple of things. The first one's this from Crypto Bull. Patience is going to be it's going to be another 16 to 40 hours before XRP takes off. And again, I don't know anything about all this charting stuff, but I like to look at it when we're in these bull markets, which I think it's pretty clear we're in at this point. And then here's another interesting one. This is Crypto God John. On a weekly time frame, there is not one chart that is more bullish than XRP currently. It's lining up to make 2017's pump look like the test pump. Now, look at this. I wanted to show you this. Okay, what you're looking at. These are the all-time highs, okay? Look when, this is Bitcoin, Ethereum, look at the 2021. So Bitcoin has hit its all-time high in 2021. Ethereum, Binance, and then if you go down to here, Cardano has, Dogecoin has, which, Polkadot has, Chainlink has, you look at all of these digital assets, VeChain, Theta, looks like, I'm sure Tron is 94% away. But anyway, I want to show you this right here. So basically, XRP, who has been in the top really 5 for most of the time that it's even been in existence, and you really can't count Tether, that doesn't count. But if you look out of these top 5, take Tether out. Out of the top 5, there is only one that has, because of an SEC lawsuit, there's only one that has not hit its all-time high. And even with an SEC lawsuit, it's only 131% away from its all-time high. Are you telling me that this story ends with XRP never hitting its all-time high again? My igloo in Georgia is still for sale if that's what you think. Now, because of all this dog coin or Dogecoin popularity, I saw this morning, and to me, I just think that Werewolf Coin would be a much better investment. This is from formerly Cryptopolis, now Macro Trader. I kid you not, Werewolf is here. I just thought this was funny this morning. But the truth of the matter is, it's no more ridiculous than Dogecoin, folks. Remember, I don't care how much. I'm not telling you about things based just because of how much they go up today. I'm telling you about things that have actual utility. And in the end, if there's no utility, there is no value. So be careful out there, folks. Now, I showed you this tweet yesterday, but I want to show you again, okay? Listen, folks. XRP has never was about retail. I've always believed that we would serve a function to a certain point, maybe for Ripple or whoever. I've never thought that you know, the way I've looked at this has always been that if I was able to have some XRP and then at some point it was going to be for the larger purpose, and I believe that we're close to that point. And I wanted to illustrate that this is that theory from yesterday. This is not a fact, but I have a theory. I think the entire XRP project goes something like this. In the beginning, they needed retail participants to kick off the network and supply liquidity so they could real world test spreads. The next stage is to onboard small remittance companies. Anyway, what he's talking about is retail as a test, and I'm completely comfortable with that. What I always wanted to do was be able to accumulate my XRP, and I wanted to, when the history books were written, I wanted to have the XRP. I wanted to have been there when retail people could get XRP, because I've always believed that at some point that was going to come to an end. And I want to show you, because they've said it many times. I'm going to show you again.
But ultimately, look, Coinbase will decide what they want to decide. XRP is listed, it has liquidity.
This was from back probably 2017, 18 or something like that. But this was before Coinbase ever listed XRP, and where that was a whole thing. Listen to what he says.
At, I think, around 75 exchanges around the world. That has expanded a lot as we have brought volume and as we have brought, these institutional flows. We are not, and to be very clear, we are not focused. I've said this a bunch. The consumer speculator is not our target market. Our target market are financial institutions that we can solve a big problem measured in the trillions of dollars using these technologies.
All right, and then there was this, and this is my favorite clip. This is Raoul from Ripple back in 2018
quick gains out of it. Does it hurt the growth of cryptocurrencies, that usage for a quick buck?
So it's kind of chicken and egg. You have to create a marketplace. And right now we have about 150, 200 exchanges around the world that trade in XRP. A lot of it, as you say, is very shallow trading by individuals. And that is not the use case that we are pursuing. What we are pursuing is the use of XRP as a financial asset by sophisticated institutions as a bridging mechanism. So does this hurt or harm? Well, it creates a lot of noise. And, we certainly don't want that much noise, but we're waiting. And for example, this last quarter, the bulk of XRP sales were to institutional investors. And as this transitions away from retail to institutions, we'll start to use it for wholesale, financial usage. That's when the turning point will come.
Got it.
So he said retail. That's the noise. Now, any of you T-shirt makers out there, if you want a great T-shirt idea, there you have it. How about? Because look, when the history books are written here, I believe that we were the noise. So we are the noise. I am the noise with an XRP on the back. That would be a great T-shirt, because I truly do believe that we have been the noise, and I'm proud to have been the noise. But this was never about retail. Anyway, just making an observation there. Okay, this is from Michael at VAL 5 links. Ron Conway referred to the crypto economy as the next multi-trillion-dollar opportunity in innovation. Conway is an early investor in crypto exchange Coinbase Global Inc. and high-profile tech companies like Google, Facebook, Airbnb. So this is going to be where have you heard that? You've heard that on this channel 2 or 3 years ago, that this is not going to be a trillion. This is going to be multi-trillions, this market. Okay, Jim Cramer sold 50% of his Bitcoin yesterday. Listen to what he has to say.
Well, yeah, I mean, I did a piece this morning just saying, listen, this is it really a sideshow versus, say, what Bank of America and Citi and JP Morgan are doing, what Wells is doing. And I did something, David, I decided to become an apostate.
Okay.
After you and I had that discussion of no one ever selling
Yes.
Bitcoin,
Yes.
I went out and sold. I bought a lot of Bitcoin at 12 because I thought it was a currency, right? At 12,000. And I did something. I know people are going to be angry at me, but I paid off a mortgage yesterday with it. I don't know. Is that dangerous, David? I actually sold some. Now it's from the chart, David. I may be the only natural seller, but it was so great to pay off a mortgage. It was like, kind of phony money paying for real money. What do you think?
Wait, let me back up. You bought Bitcoin at roughly 12,000. And then you sold it yesterday
I was
at, let's
public
call
on
it
it.
63, 64.
No, I sold half.
Half.
I sold half.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I've sold half all the way up. But it was good. And then I took that money, which was the money I got from Bitcoin, and David,
Yes.
I paid off a mortgage,
A real,
which was
right,
real
a mortgage
money
and real
I
dollars.
got from a bank.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, so I now...
Okay, so there's that. Now, this is interesting. CoinDesk, Pravon Howard Asset Management is gearing up for direct investment in crypto, according to Bloomberg Report. And these guys, if you look at this, these guys are the hedge fund behind. They're the hedge fund. Well, where did it say it? Right here. The macro investment firm and part owner of crypto hedge fund One River Digital. Where have we heard that name? That is where Jay Clayton went when he left the SEC. There are no coincidences. Okay, this right here is interesting. I want you to hear this. This is from Raoul Pal. This guy he totally gets what's about to happen in crypto now. Listen.
Risky out there because some projects will work and some projects will fail. But it's my fundamental belief that we're at the start of a journey of something so enormous that we can't get our heads around what is coming. We are moving into a digital metaverse where everything is digitized. All value is digitized. And many of the assets that we own and exchange are digitized. We can't yet get our heads around a world that's so different to the world we live in. A world where we become the owners of those protocols, where we can invest actually in that new system, as opposed to being a bystander and letting a corporation or a government controller to make all the money.
So,
risky out.
Remember when Glenn Hutchins says the value's in the protocol? That's what that sounds like to me. And then Michael at VAL5 Links put this out. Rothschild's Chicago-based Rothschild Investment Corporation recently bought 265,302 shares of Grayscale Ethereum Trust, its first investment in the vehicle. Well, let me show you this before we get to that. I hope the Rothschild family's not too upset about this. This was from yesterday. There was problems with the Ethereum protocol. We've disabled the Ethereum and ERC20 sends and receives again. We're working on a fix, and we'll send an update as soon as we have. Then they updated it should be working now. And somebody goes, and now cheap gas window has closed. Frustrating. So Ethereum continues to have its problems, which it will continue to have until they flip to Ethereum 2.0, because proof of work doesn't work. All right, so I'm sure they're extremely happy about that one. Now, let's talk Bitcoin. Listen to what this Navarro guy says.
Digital coinage, dollars, that's all predicated on this thing called blockchain technology, the idea that you can perfectly encrypt a system. But the problem is that one of the things that China is doing right now is to try to dominate blockchain. So you can guarantee, you can take this to the digital bank right now. China probably already knows how to crack, decrypt Bitcoin. So it can be disruptive there.
You don't say.
If it controls the digital universe there, and also has the ability to basically hack that system, it controls everything. The analogy here from Cramer is there's a famous Mahanian theory about how if you control the sea lines of communications back in the 1800s and the 1900s, you control the world. Well, in the 21st century, if you control the digital currency space, you control the world. And that's where communist China is going right.
Yeah, well, there's two things to get out of that. The first is, it was never going to be Bitcoin, folks. I don't know how many times I have to say this. The United States, the people running this country, are not stupid. You've been watching a freaking play. It was never going to be Bitcoin because they know that proof of work could be manipulated by the Chinese. It could, and it has been being manipulated by the Chinese and other bad guys. They know this. It's been a ruse all along. I've been saying it. History books will prove me right. And when I'm proven right, I'm not even going to say I told you so. I'm just going to go off into the sunset. But it's important that you understand all of this. And this is the other thing to get out of this. All of this China's ahead of us. I am convinced, I've never been more convinced, that this is all a freaking game. They want China to think they're leading. That's why they're pumping out that whole theme. I just know. And then Pompliano, okay? I don't agree with him on a lot of what he says, but I agree with him on this. If you think the central bank manipulates the dollar today, wait until they can do the following. Personalized monetary policy, dollars that expire if not used, dollars only spendable on certain goods. These are just some of the things that are coming. Prepare yourself. And I'll throw another one on there. How about if we're assigned social credit scores and you aren't towing the line or whatever, and you may or may not, the government may or may not let you have an airdrop of some money or something, or a stimulus or whatever they want to call it. If you don't agree with certain things, I mean, look, digital assets, and I've thought it for a long time. This can go in a good direction. Any new technology can be used for good or for evil. So he's right. Prepare yourself. Keep your eyes open, because some of this could be really bad. I've always hoped that if we could come out of this as pretty wealthy, we might be able to get around some of the evil parts of this. That's what I at least hope for. Okay, and now here's another Bitcoin piece of news. Crypto mining facilities in Xinjiang, I guess you say that, are facing a power outage after a coal mine accident taken place on April 11th. Local authorities are carrying out corrective measures for all the coal mines across the region. And so it said almost all the data centers were shut down, causing a drop of 33% of the Bitcoin hash rate. Recovery may take a week. Do you see a problem here, folks? You should. If you don't, you're not paying attention. Maybe you need, if you can't see the writing on the wall here, you might need to go buy Werewolf Coin, okay? Because that might be a great investment to you. Kava Labs, Kava 5 and Hard V2 launched on April 8th, 2021, and more changes are coming. Over the next several weeks, governance proposals will be made to adopt incremental changes to how rewards are distributed in order to achieve improved USDX price stability. Kava is one of my sponsors. These guys they're paying me 25%, and they'll pay it's not just me. You go to kava.io. I've got their website in my description. You can get paid 25% on the Kava that you hold, and even more than that on some of the other things. But XRP, they pay interest on that as well. Last time I looked, XRP was like 11% or so, but you'll have to go back and go and check the numbers. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button and tell your friends and family that my 8-year-old is about to make me take him to McDonald's. He never forgets. Thank you for listening.